bit tricky to understand. Okay, so compared with other derivations. So today's class we are going to discuss an emitter follower configuration. Okay. So this is the circuit diagram for emitter follower configuration. This circuit is a new circuit which you have not seen so far. Okay, this is an emitter follower configuration. That means output always will be equal to the input. Okay, this circuit has got unity of voltage gain. Okay, whatever the emitter is there, that will be followed by the whatever base current you apply, that the emitter current follows. Look at this circuit. This is circuit is one of the circuit where we take output across the emitter. Rest of circuits you can observe it, we take the output across the emitter. But for this circuit we take output through the emitter. That's a change. Okay. And even when you write the equivalent of this, so emitter follower becomes a common collector. This is another configuration of common collector is the emitter follower configuration. Last page. Understand? There is no combination of this. Coming the class is best of right. Learn the basic standard. Okay, so you can see this is the common collector configuration. Reason is you can see that if the emitter is grounded here, we are going to measure the input signal, apply the input signal between the grounded as well as input, and if the output is taken between the emitter and as well as this particular ground. Even though this point is ground is same as once you get the H parametric current DC voltage is grounded. If that is the case, then you are going to apply input between this base and as well as the collector, and output is measured between collector, this emitter as well as the collector. So collector becomes a common emitter. Also look at other parameters in the circuit are Zi is the input impedance of the circuit, looking at between base and as well as ground, and Z0 is the output impedance of the circuit, looking from output node point this V0 and as well as ground, and this is the base current which is current going into the base of the transistor, and IA is not same as IB. Okay, so here we have a capacitor here. So you can see that the current which is assumed one is coming from the ground, which is I0, and of course CI and C0 are nothing but independent capacitors. Drawing the H parameter, the simplified H parameter equivalent of the circuit is very simple. What you can do is first replace this transistor with an hybrid parameters. You can see that here I am going to replace the transistor with, since it's a common collector, emitter follower is also known as common collector. So it's a common collector. The input section, instead of replacing with HIE, you must replace with HIC, which you can see here, which is HIC. Input resistance. Replace BJT with input resistance with HIC, and we don't have voltage source here because it is a simplified model. So we have here only the current source followed by the admittance. You can see here the current source is HFC times IT. So second parameter of transistor replacement is HFC times IT, which is a current source. This is a resistor, this is a current source, and lastly we need to replace the BJT by an admittance which is HOC. So replace transistor with admittance HOC. So these three parameters can be replaced by a transistor. Okay, the transistor in the Ibn equivalent can be. That's why we have shown this with a block box, with dotted lines box. That shows that transistor has been replaced with HIC, HFC, IP, HOC. Rest of is, looking at this, you can add the elements to this H parameter equivalent model. For writing this model, the DC voltage sources must be grounded. So what I will do is I will just ground it this to write this model. Okay, now you can see that what are the elements we attach here. Between the base and the ground, there is a RB as a resistor. You can see here between the base and this ground line, you have a resistor RB. Also look at that collector and collector is straight away connected to the ground. You see here collector is straight away coming to the ground. Okay, there is no resistor here between the collector and the ground. So collector straight away comes to the ground. But look at emitter. Between the emitter and as well as the ground, there is a resistor RE. So this is our emitter terminal, and ground there is a resistor which is an R. Okay. And current flowing to the ground, which we taken as IE across the emitter. And our derivations now are based on this method, model, simplified equivalent model which we have developed. If you make mistake in writing this, definitely you end up with wrong derivations. As I mentioned that this derivation of this circuit is a little bit tricky. You need to understand lots of things to work through the derivations of this. Let's look at this derivation. And all derivations are based on the previous derivations also. You must remember the formulas are the final results of the previous derivations. Otherwise it becomes difficult for you to derive these formulas. Let's see that what is problem is. Zi dash. Look at in the circuit what is Zi dash. Here are not indicated as Zi dash, but there are two input impedance are there. Looking here, whatever the impedance is, let me call as Zi dash. And looking here, the impedance is Zi. The main difference between Zi and Zi dash is Zi includes Rb and as well as Zi dash, but Zi dash does not include Rb. You understand this? If you exclude the Rb, the only impedance is looking at input side is Zi dash. Okay, if you take up Zi dash and parallel combination of this Rb, that becomes your Zi. Now let's start deriving the expression for Zi dash, but later on you can obtain the expression for overall input impedance, which is Zi. Okay, it's a part of the input impedance is Zi dash, which does not include Rb. If you add up Rb parallel with Zi dash, gives you the Zi. Okay, now let's find out the mathematical expression for Zi dash. So Zi dash is nothing but looking at this particular section. Okay, Zi dash can be written as input voltage because voltage at these 2 points is same as voltage across Rb also. Okay, looking between this base and as well as the ground, the input voltage Vi divided by the base current Ib, that gives you the Zi dash. Okay, got this point here? So I got this Vi by Ib. Okay, so Zi dash is nothing but Zi is basically the impedance, which is nothing but resistance, voltage by current. But what voltage and what current, that's an important thing. So voltage across this base and as well as ground is Vi, same voltage which appears in parallel. So Vi divided by I. This is also equivalent. We can look at previous derivation. We already done. Zi dash. Those final expression are written here. To recap the things, you look at previously the circuit which will be written. Self-bias configuration or sequence bias configuration. This is same expression equation 1. Look at. So there also will come Zi dash, which you derive final expression as HIE plus 1 plus HIE times RE. You see? Now I am taking straight away the same, the equation here, which I am calling as equation 1. Zi dash from the previous derivation. It says that from self-bias configuration. Previously, we have done the self-bias configuration with unbypassed resistor. The same equation I am taking. But look at from here to equation number 2, there is changes are there. How does this changes anybody? How this equation 1 is equivalent to equation 2? Even same Zi dash, you can see here, the equation here is in terms of HIE and as HFE, that means this equation belongs to common emitter. Now can we convert common emitter to the common collector? Look at the conversion formulas which you have given. You must memorize those conversion formulas. Are you able to see the recap the conversion formulas? I will direct for your reference the conversion formulas. HIE is equal to what? Conversion formula you can look at. HIE is equal to HIC. Is it right? But look at what is the equivalent of HFE. HFE can be written as, if you simplify it, that becomes equal to minus of 1 plus HFE. HFC. HFC, this is right. This is HFC. Okay. So these two equations I am replacing with here so that you get it the equation number. Understand the textbook it is not mentioned at all so that it will feel difficult the moment you start with this, you straight away think of this equation. But most of you will in trouble that how I got that equation. You understood now how we got that equation number 2. Equation number 2 is having equation number 1 from the previous derivation. You apply conversion formula so that conversion formulas are given here so that you get back equation number 2. Okay, that's going to be the thing. So once you get the expression part Zi dash from equation 2, now let me calculate what is the overall input impedance. So overall input impedance is previously we calculated Zi dash ZA dash does not include RB, but now RB parallel with ZA dash gives you the overall input impedance. So this is the final expression of overall input impedance. Overall input impedance of emitter parallel conjugate. Okay. Any questions about that so far? So now we understand equation 2 to equate the overall input impedance of the calculate. Next is let me find out expression for the base current. So base current IV is given by VA divided by ZI dash. But here same thing we cross multiply this now to get it as equation 3. Okay. So IV is equal to VA divided by ZI dash. So let's find out the expression for the emitter current. Emitter current is nothing but it is equal to minus HFC times IV. I will tell you that how I got this expression also. This again by conversion formula. But look at that previous thing, we already aware of this in the previous derivation. I is equal to 1 plus HFP times IV. Look at previous derivation again. This we have done it. By taking I is equal to IV plus IC and we substituted IC as HFP times IV, we got this expression. Now adding this, can we convert into this? You will get the expression for the emitter current. How I got this? Look at here 1 plus HFP can be replaced with, or you can see that from this you can simplify to the equivalent of 1 plus HFP in terms of HFC. So that becomes minus HFC. 1 plus HFP is equal to minus HFC from the conversion formula. Okay, so that's not given. You can make a note here. This minus HFC maybe is obtained from here to here. It is conversion formula. Okay, that's going to be the expression for the emitter current. But look at here, the same expression has been continued. I is equal to 1 plus HFP we kept as it is, but in place of IV, we have substituted as same thing VA divided by ZI dash from this equation 3. And you can see that now we can substitute again the formula for ZI dash which you obtained here, or you can substitute even the equivalent this. So I becomes 1 plus HFP is kept as it is, VA also kept as it is, but in place of ZI dash we substituted equation 1 which is HIE plus 1 plus HFP times RE. And you can see here this can be further simplified by you can divide this, bring to the denominator of this, so that this becomes VI is kept as it is, HIE divided by 1 plus HFP which is here the first term, but in second term you can see in this 1 plus HFP cancels with this and left out is just an R. Okay. That's going to be the expression for emitter current. We are calling this as equation 7. Now you can look at here. For this circuit, we are going in reverse manner. So here we have an equation. Can we draw the network for this? The network for this equation number 7 looks like this. All of you understood how to get back this to the network? It's a reverse, that's all. Having equation, we obtain this. Or if you apply KVL to this, you obtain this back. So current flowing here is nothing but the emitter current. You apply KVL to this loop, minus VI, IE times this, plus IE times RE gives you this. Understood this? So we are converting the network defined by equation 7 into the actual network. So this is nothing but equivalent network of equation 7. Why we have drawn the network is because to simplify our formulas. You will see that later on I can easily obtain, looking at this network, I can obtain the expression for the voltage gain. How it is possible to see that now. So now we are looking at this network. Z0 is nothing but, you can see that to obtain Z0, RE will be parallel with this particular term. These two parallel combination will be the Z0. So Z0 is nothing but RE parallel with this particular resistance, which is HRE divided by 1 plus HFP. Also you can relate V0 and as well as VI by applying voltage division rule, that is nothing but equation number 9. From figure C, which is nothing but equivalent network, if you can apply voltage division rule, V0 is equal to VI times the RE divided by the RE plus this HI divided by 1 plus HI. That means we got equation number 7 from the voltage division rule. If you observe equation number 9, there is a relationship between V0 and as well as VI. You can take a ratio of V0 by VI that gives you the voltage. So voltage gain for this emitter follower or common character configuration is AV, which is equal to V0 by VI, which is equal to RE divided by RE plus HIV divided by 1 plus. So go through these derivations. If you have any questions, you can ask before we go to the derivation of current gain. So we derive the expression for current gain, a small derivation. Go through this current gain derivation. Okay. Current gain is denoted as AI. From the definition, current gain is output current by input current. From the circuit, output current is I0, and the input current is going to be the IA. If you take the ratio of this current, the current going in the emitter to the input current, that gives you the current gain AI. First, let us find out the terms, derivation for the formula for I0. I0 which is equal to minus IE, because you can see that both directions are reversed in this assume. I0 which is equal to minus IE, and IE which is also equal to HFC times IB. So that if this IE look at previously we already shown how this emitter current is equal to HFC times IB. This also can be written as minus as kept as it is, and IE is nothing but 1 plus HFC times IB. That's called equation 10. And now here, before we go further proceed, we need to calculate the input section equivalent in terms of current source. So what I have done is, instead of this VI, I indicate input with the current source. You can see here that is labeled as II, and this resistor is connected as it is, which is parallel across your II current source. And also look at that the rest of the circuit will be replaced with the Z8 dash. From here onwards, whatever the circuit equivalent that we indicate with the Z8 dash. So that means input section becomes current source RB parallel with ZI dash. And current flowing through the ZI dash, which you can see that which is an IV. Look at this current flowing into the transistor, which is nothing but the ZI dash, which is nothing but IV. Based on this, you can obtain IV in terms of IA using current division rule. So these circuits are not given in the textbook, because without writing this, definitely it will be difficult for you to write this formula. Okay, otherwise you have to buy it. There is no other way. You understand this? If you write this circuit, which is the input section equivalent, so that it becomes easy for you to obtain this formula. Now you can see you can apply current division rule for this. Current flowing here through the ZI dash IV is nothing but source current IA multiplied with the resistor RB divided by sum of these two resistors. That's what we do. IV is equal to RB times IA divided by RB plus ZI dash. You can see that this formula is relating base current IV to that of the input current IA. As I told you that IV and IA are not equal, because there is a term here in between them. So IV is equal to this particular term with IA. Now you can see that can we substitute the equation 10 in the definition. You can see here IA is nothing but substitute in the equation definition I0 in place of I0 as minus of 1 plus HFE times IB divided by IA, so that you can see that further IB by IA can be replaced by this relation. You can see that IB by IA can be written as RB divided by RB plus ZI dash. Substitute here, finally you will get back equation of current T, which is minus of 1 plus HFE, which is same, but in place of IB by IA written as RB divided by RB plus ZI dash. So this is the final expression for current gain of emitter power. So go through this. So current gain, we derived all the expressions for input impedance, output impedance, everything. Okay, that will be the emitter power. So next we have common base configuration. So we get lots of equation in this unit. The only way is to practice them well. Keep writing, deriving more and more equations. Okay. So there are still a few more, 20 to 30 equations will come across in this unit. Okay. Unit number 4. Next is common base configuration. So far we have written hybrid equivalent, simplified hybrid equivalent for common emitter configuration. Now we are changing the simplified hybrid equivalent model for an amplifier based on this common base configuration. Let's draw the common base configuration circuit and draw the simplified emitter equivalent models. Write the hybrid equivalent for this. It is required to write the simplified hybrid equivalent for this circuit shown. It's common base configuration circuit. Replace transistor with hybrid equivalent with input resistance is HIB. Replace transistor input resistance with HIB and current source with HFB into IE. As you can hit here, in what way you can replace transistor? Replace this transistor with input with HIB, HFB into IE current source, and output admittance as HOB. So these are the three elements replaces transistor. Take this logic and idea and try to write hybrid equivalent, simplified hybrid equivalent. We already know that DC sources, if you have it, just ground it. So two DC voltage sources get eliminated. So for that, ground it here. Take the H parameter equivalent for this. First, let me replace bipolar junction transistor with this hybrid equivalent. You can see here I've identified the three terminals: emitter, base, and collector. Now, as I told you that this transistor is replaced with between emitter and base, I am replacing with HIB. And between base and collector, the current source is replaced with HFB times IE. And lastly, we replace output admittance with HOB. And as we know that base is grounded, in ground the base terminal. Test all is attached to the terminals, whatever you see here. So this between emitter and this DC voltage will straightaway get grounded in our hybrid equivalent. So that there is a resistor between RE between emitter and ground. Between emitter and ground here there must be resistor. So this resistor let me call as RE. And even there is a resistor between collector and as well as ground, which I can show here. Between the collector and ground there is a resistor RC. And across this we have output polarity as plus and minus V0. Current flowing here, let me indicate as I0. Current flowing into the collector, let me call as IC. Same thing we can show for the emitter. Current flowing out of emitter is IE. Here we have an input voltage which is polarity as plus and minus VI. Current here is let me call as IA. IA direction is inward. Now let me show the transistor with dotted lines. Transistor. We call as this as figure B. This is simplified. H parameter equivalent model. using this, we can start deriving the expression for input impedance, output impedance, current gain, and voltage gain. The last topic in hybrid parameter. We will have frequency model, low frequency model for MOSFET. The model will be changing in go for MOSFET analysis or JFET analysis. So let's start writing, deriving the expression for this. Let's write expression for input impedance. Write the formulas for this output impedance. common base configuration. The common base configuration circuit where we have power supplies. One is emitted power supply, which is VEE. Other one is collector power supply. And of course there are two resistors, RE and as well as RC. This is NPN transistor. You can see here this is N type, which is negative power bias, and this is N type, which is positive, which is reverse bias. So this behaves like an amplifier circuit. Now we are analyzing this circuit using the simplified H parameter model. We are shown how to convert simplified H parameter equivalent from the common base configuration. Just short circuit, without it power supplies, AC power supplies, and capacitors must be short circuit, and retain all other elements as it is. Also replace transistor with HIB, HIB, DOE for common base configuration, and HOB. So you get back this simplified H parameter equivalent. Now having this H parameter equivalent model, you can derive various parameters of this amplifier. The first among them is input impedance, looking at the input side of a circuit, equivalent circuit or the original circuit. Here also we have shown here input impedance is ZI. Looking at the input terminals between VA and as well as ground, the input impedance is labeled as ZI. So ZI can be written straight away. ZI is nothing but RE parallel with HI. Look at the circuit here, equivalent circuit. RE parallel with HIB, that gives you the ZI, which is looking from this side, the input impedance ZI is these two parallel combination. So that's what written in equation 1. For equation 2, you can see that HIB can be substituted as HIE divided by 1 plus HIP from the conversion formula. Okay, that means we are converting the common base configuration to the common emitter configuration using the conversion formulas. You have to memorize the conversion formula here at this point again to write equation 2 from the equation 1. Output impedance also can be written from the equivalent model. Looking at this side, output side, Z0 is given by, you can see that RC parallel combination of 1 over H1. These two parallel combination that gives you the Z0, and this 1 over H1 becomes very small value so that you can neglect it, so that this RC will be, Z0 will be approximately loss. Output voltage can be calculated before we go to the voltage gain derivation. Output voltage V0 is given by the voltage at this point. The mathematical formula for that is minus I naught times RC minus I naught times RC looking at the circuit, and I naught can be written as you can see here HFP times IE. Okay, because I naught and IC are going to be equal, but IC can be substituted as HFP times IE. Okay, any questions about this? HFE is nothing but it's a current gain in common base. But look at here, it's HFB here. It is a current gain in common base configuration. What is the current gain in common base configuration? It is nothing but IC output current divided by input current, which is emitter current. So HFB here can be written as output current, which is conductor current, divided by input current, which is the emitter current, which is IE. So to get back this, this can be written as, in place of I naught, which can replace with IC also, because I naught and IC are in the same direction. Now IC can be written as, if the cross multiply this, it becomes an HFB times IE. So IC can be written as HFB times IE. You can see here, this becomes, in this case you can see that IC and IE are going to be in opposite in direction. You can add negative sign here, so that negative sign cancels with this. So that in fact V naught as HFB times IE times RC. Also IE can be written as emitter current, which is flowing here, which can be written as minus of VA divided by this particular HIV, that's what the emitter current. Okay, this is if you substitute here, you can simplify this even V naught also, that we have done here. You can see here in the voltage gain formula we have done it. So let us start with, because this is only the in the derivation of voltage gain, I am making use of this output voltage expression. To do that, you can see the output voltage gain expression. Voltage gain from definition is V naught by VA. So V naught after we have calculated here. Okay, which you can substitute as an HFB, IE, and as well as RC, which is same as this. And you can see that VA can be written as this VA, if you cross multiply this, that can be written as HIV times IE. Okay, up to this, any questions you have? Now you can see that from here, later on is simplification here, that's all. These two IE cancels each other. Okay, so left out is minus HFB times RC divided by HIV. And now here, you have to use conversion formula for HFB, you have to use conversion formula for HIV. Look at the conversion formula and simplify it. What will be the conversion formula for HFB? Look at conversion formula. HFB is equal to minus HFE divided by 1 plus HIV. What about HIV? HIE is equal to HIV is equal to HIE divided by 1 plus HFE. Look at that, we have an HFB by HIV. That means this by this. 1 plus HFE, 1 plus HFE cancels. Left out is minus HFE divided by HI. So this minus gets eliminated. So left out is HFE divided by HI, this RC is passive. So if you understood this conversion formula, use this conversion formula to simplify, to get back to equation 4, which is AV. That's about voltage gain. And to derive expression for current gain from definition, I naught AI nothing but I naught by II, and I naught can be written as, which is same as here. You can see here I naught and IC both are equal. I naught can be written as minus HFB times IE, the same the IC expression, IC current equation notation, and IA is kept as it is. Now you can look at here, before we further proceed, we need to write the input section equivalent network which is written here. You can see here.